Hey guys, Ole Anderson from the Berkshire, Massachusetts Treasure Hunter. Yeah, I know it's a pretty sad sight, isn't it? We got the remnants of the hurricane, last week or the week before, and I lost power for 14 hours or so. And this little 14-gallon Aquarium cube didn't survive it. So I moved everything over in the big tank that survived. I had a lot of corals in here that died. As you can see, the algae took over. So what I'm going to do, I'm converting this, I'm going to empty it, clean it, and I'm converting it to a freshwater tank. And I thought I was going to take you guys along for the ride. So what we're going to do, we're going to build a Petco build. Yeah, I know a lot of people bash on Petco, but they're not that bad. And a lot of people don't have a choice. They don't have a local fish store besides Petco. Petco is always pretty close. And they're actually getting up there with the aquascaping and plants and fish. Now my local store, I have no complaints. I get a lot of stuff from there. So I thought I was going to build a purely Petco tank. So this tank here, the Aquarium 14-gallon cube, is a pretty new tank in a new series they have from Aquarium. So that's going to be our tank. The heater there over in the corner with all the algae on it is an Aquarium heater. That light is not going to be there. That filter is going to be different, and of course no wave maker. And we're going to have different substrate. So when I clean this, I'll come back and we're going to start the build, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to use. Like I said, it's going to be purely stuff from Petco. Fish, plants, equipment. Because you can very easily build a nice tank from Petco. Like I said, a lot of people don't like Petco, but I shop there all the time. Most of my fish is from there, so all my plants is from there, and my freshwater tanks. And a lot of my equipment is from there too. So I'll get back to you when I have this cleaned up and we can start the build. So now we got a blank canvas to work with. The tank is cleaned, empty, and washed down. I got a few little salt water spots in the back, but it'll disappear as soon as I put some fresh water in it. So yeah, like I said, we're going to do a Petco build. And yes, I know people don't always like Petco, but they have a lot of good stuff actually, and I'll show you. We're probably mostly going Aquarium. They have that, they have the fluval line, but we're probably going Aquarium. Since I already got the Aquarium tank 14-gallon cube. I got an Aquarium heater, Aquarium light. So I'll show you all that when we start the build. What substrate I'm going to use, what plants, rocks, maybe some wood, we'll see. So, and it's all going to be from Petco. So, and then I'll put some money to it, how much it cost me, and you'll see that it's not that hard to make a nice fish tank built from Petco. I'm using what they have in their store. So I'll get back to you when we start to put some substrate in it. We'll start with that first. So I'll be back. So for the substrate for the for the Aquarium 14-gallon cube, I chose the fluval stratum. I used it before. I'm pretty happy with that. It's a volcanic soil for planted aquariums. It's pretty mineral rich, so and it simulates pretty strong plant growth. So you can't use it with fish. They're sticking, and it's kind of meant for shrimp and plants, but I like it. It's a nice substrate to use, so we're going to go with that. this bag was $17, and that's more than enough. Like I said, Petco has a pretty good line of soil and stuff for aquascaping. I'm using this Flu Roll. There was other kinds. I think they got 3 different kinds. They got a new one from, I think that was from Flu Roll too. It's like some small pearls, the same clay, volcanic stuff. So, but I chose this one, so this is what we're going to go with for the soil. Now for aquascaping, I love dragon rocks, and Petco now sell from Imaginarium, which is Petco's line. They actually sell dragonstone in a bag. I open it up. Let's take one out. We can see. I'll take some out. As you can see, they pretty much already pre-washed it, I think. So they're smaller pieces. But yeah, all in all, some very nice decoration stones. And this normally, hold on. See if I can pull this out. No, not yet. Hold on, I'll put it down. I'll be right back. So this is what you get in one bag, and I mean this one is pretty big. So you can actually cut them or so they get a straight side. You can see it has a little bit here. So we're going to use dragon stone for the rocks, and I have 2 of these bags, so it's more than enough to get yourself a decent aquascape. I will wash these a bit. I'm going to stop at the hardware store tomorrow and see what I can find for glue. I want to glue some of these rocks together so we can get a nice aquascape going. So yeah, as you can see, there's not much dust in it. Normally they're complete, all these holes are completely full, but they cleaned these up pretty good. So yeah, Petco has dragonstone aqua kits or aquascaping kits, and they got Roku rock, I think they're called, in the same bag. So it's 4 kilos, so 8 pounds. 2 bags is probably too much for the 14-gallon, but I want to make a pretty big statement with this rock, so yes, we're going to use that. Now we'll put this back here. For a light, you can see I'm using the saltwater light right now. I'm not going to use that. For light, we're going to use the Planted Aquarium clip-on LED light. 60 bright LEDs. It's ideal for planted aquariums up to 20 gallons, so it should be perfect for this. And I think this one was $29. So actually $34, sorry. I could have gone with a bigger light, but I'm going to try this first, see what happens. This claims it can grow plants, so I guess we'll see. The power claims go up to 70, so I guess we should see. It will grow anubias and other low light plants, I know. So and they have some Java fern, some stuff in there. They even have some little grass in the foreground. So yeah, it will definitely be able to grow plants. Well, I hope it will. So yeah, the core is going to be dragonstone, the fluval stratum, and I'm going to try and glue some of these rocks together. I might make a template on the table and then glue it together. I just got to figure out what glue to use. So tomorrow after work, I'm going to go down and get the glue, and we will try and put this aquascape together. I'm probably going to make this series 2 different parts, part 1 and 2. we're gonna put the soil in, the fluval stratum. We're gonna put in the aquascaping, and then in part 2 we're gonna go find some plants, and then we're going to let it cycle. So there might actually be a part 3 with fish. So I still don't know what I have a fish in mind, but I don't know if I can get it in Petco. I don't know if they will let me order fish. I'll see what they do. I think they actually let you order fish. So but for right now I'm going to keep that a secret what the fish is going to be. There are going to be a couple different fish. So yeah, the fish tank over here I think was $54. The stand, I didn't buy a stand for it. It's $54. The stand is free. The wood I had laying around for what the tank is sitting on. The rocks were $30, which is kind of expensive, I guess, for 4 or 8 pounds. I gotta look into what the real price was, but I think it was $34. Hold on, let me look it up online and I'll get right back to you. So it's $27.99. So, and it comes, you can see here I'm on Petco's. They have a few different ones. So yeah, $27.99, and if it's more expensive in the store, I think they will honor the online price. I gotta say this, I'm not sponsored by anybody, not even Petco. I'm just want to set up a pure Petco bought tank with Petco aquascaping stuff, Petco light, Petco heater. A lot of it is Aquarium. That's their line, and Imaginarium is their own line, and they got fluval. So we still got to figure out what we want to do with a filter. This filter over here, I think belongs, this little filter, inside filter belongs to that tank, but I'm not sure I want to use that, so we got to figure something out with a filter too. So tomorrow I'll go get the glue and I'll get back to you, and we're going to try and glue some of this stuff together later. So these rocks are actually more dirty than I thought. Sorry about the light here, but what you do, you soak them, and then you dig into the rock. Let's see if I can get it in the picture here. You dig into the rock with some sharp, and you'll find out there's mud in here. I guess where they come from, they're full of mud. So, and you just keep digging in and whiten the grooves. Now this is a solid bottom piece, so but you stick in and you find all the holes. Remember how the other piece looked like? But that's what you do. Keep digging in with some sharp objects in all these holes, because you can get an amazing looking rock. This is a bottom piece, so it won't look that great. But I cleaned the other one up. I'll show you now. I mean, look at the texture in this rock. And this was all full of mud, so you couldn't see the holes. You dig in with a sharp object. I used to use like a chopstick. Works pretty good. And you get some amazing looking rock out of it. As you can see, there's still a little bit of mud in the end here I gotta clean out, but the texture is gonna look amazing. So yeah, you gotta clean them. They look fairly clean, but you really gotta clean them. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do this evening, and tomorrow we're gonna glue some of it together later. So this is for the second bag of rocks, and I said it was from China, and I'm totally wrong. It's actually sediments from Mexico in ponds. They pretty much plant the rocks, I guess, and then take them out, and you get all this mud and stuff in it. And if you get real close, you can see the mud. I got a fork here. Let's see if we can dig some out. I mean, you see it down here on the table. It's all full of clay and organic stuff, which I don't actually know if all of it is good for a fish tank. I mean, it's dried out, so I doubt anything is alive in here. But I'm gonna clean this one up. I mean, you can see it's not very pretty right now. I mean, it's okay, but it can look a lot better. It's full of clay. It looks pretty like solid, but believe me, it's not. So I'll clean this one up and I'll come back to you. So there, I probably spent 20 minutes with this rock. As you can see, it's a huge difference. You couldn't see all these crevices before, and it's all filled with this organic clay. And like I said, the rock is from Mexico. It's in the sediment. I think they put them in and it builds these rocks. Like I said, I spent a good 20 minutes, half an hour. Don't be afraid of poking in everywhere. I mean, look how far in the knife goes. You couldn't do that before. The clay is so hard. So I could probably spend a little more time with it, but and you get all these huge crevices, and it looked like and it's going to turn into an amazing rock for aquascaping. So yeah, you got to spend time with these dragon rocks. It's a big mess. They're full of mud and organic matter. There's still a little bit in here, so I might spend a little bit more time. And as you can see, these here has the clay in it, and it's some tough stuff. But yeah, you got to spend time with these rocks or they will not look good. Some people dip them in vinegar and they spray them out on the lawn, but you really got to get into this rock. Don't be afraid to break it, because it won't. You will have small pieces fall off, but they would fall off anyway. So yeah, spend some time cleaning your dragon stones. As you can see here, there's organic matter in there. I gotta get that out. But yeah, spend some time with them and you will have an amazing looking rock. So tomorrow, like I said, I don't even know if I'm gonna glue it now. We'll see, I guess. But tomorrow I'm gonna start the aquascape, and I gotta get these rocks cleaned up so they're ready. And we're gonna put the substrate in and then these stones, and we'll go from there. So I rinsed the fluval stratum. It says you should rinse it, but be careful when you rinse it, not rinse it too hard. And we're going to try and do some aquascaping. I'll get right back to you in a second. I'll pour it in and then we'll see what we can do. I went and bought another bag because I don't think one is enough, but we shall see. So when you do aquascaping, you should really divide it up in a triangle. So you got your front here. So what you do, you go from this corner and make a line, and you go from this corner and make a line. Now you got the two spots here and over here, and you'll have a lower area here. So we're gonna build the dragon stones up on each plateau here. Let's see how it looks. But let me go get some stones and we'll start to do some. I'll be back. So we're gonna have our two main mountains. And remember the triangle. And see if we can get some more light on here. So you don't stack anything on top of it. You actually go up, show some more up here. So this is your valley down here. So remember, triangle. And you grab your next big piece. And you can move it in the corner. So now you got the triangle with the little valley in the middle. And you got the smaller pieces. Remember the triangle. See how I'm kind of going out of the triangle a little, so but we shall see how it works, I guess. You don't have to use all of it. Oh, look at that. It kind of takes away from the big cliff there. See how it's a different color, kind of. It's more like this color here. That's probably as good as I can get it. See, You got the line. I'm kind of going in with this one, so we might not even put a piece there. Maybe this little one. If we can get it to look natural. No. So what do you think? I think we're going to leave it like this for now. The other ones are solid pieces. I don't want to use that. So yeah, so when you get some water in there, a few plants, it's going to look real good. You kind of got to get down at eye level with it. So, of course, I got a big stain here right now. So I don't know, what do you think? This is going to be a part 1 out of probably 2 or 3 parts. Next part is probably going to be this weekend, going to be plants. I gotta find some plants for this, and I don't know what to use yet, so we'll fix. So I'm back again. I ran out of battery. So yeah, we're gonna make this probably 3 parts or 2 parts. We're gonna put plants. Actually, let me show you what kind of equipment I'm gonna use. I'll be right back. I think the Aquascape is kind of like how I want it. Guess we'll see. I might move it a little bit around, but I'll come back with the equipment and show you what we're gonna use. So we're gonna use the little Aquarium clip-on planted light. Got like, I think 60 LEDs, and yeah, $30 or so. Let me put it on the tank and I'll show you. So that's pretty much it, the light. It has a on-off switch, blue light, and off and on. So I think technically you could just put it on you can probably put it on a timer and it will just go off and come back on again. So, but yeah, it's touch control, and they say that should be enough to grow plants, so I guess we shall see. It doesn't look too dim actually, but it might grow some low light plants, who knows. Good, it looks pretty good with the dragon stone actually. So I will. Oh, wait a minute, the heater. I'll show you the heater. Also, an Aquarium heater. This is the 50 watt, I think. More than enough for this little fish tank. Just 14 gallon. I've had nothing but good luck with these heaters. They're preset to 78 degrees and they just run. I think I had one that broke the last 8 years or so. They run in all my tanks pretty much. Not in my salt water, but in all the fresh water tanks I have. They run in my 2 girls tanks, run in my 20 gallon long. It's gonna run in this. So yeah. You don't have to worry about anything. They're preset 78 degrees. People say, well, you should really have so you can set the temperature. That's true, but I never had a problem. So, and remember, we're going to keep this strictly Petco, and whatever lines they're running. They have Aquarium, they have Fluval. They probably got another few ones, but so what are we going to use for filter? Well, I was using this for my salt water, the Tidal Sea Cam or Seacam tidal filter, but that's not bought from Petco, so I think I bought that online, so that would be cheating. So we gotta find a filter solution. I might have one here. I got a little 5-gallon quarantine tank I use for different stuff for salt water. That got an internal filter. I don't like to go internal though because it takes up a lot of space. So I don't know what we're gonna do yet. I mean, that was one opportunity. I do got a little fluval filter in a tank in there. That's a fluval filter. Aqua Clear I could use, or I could buy an Aqua Clear. I don't need a huge filter here. I'm not planning on a lot of fish load here. I want some small nano fish, white clouds, neon tetra, something. I want a school of fish in here, so, and maybe some shrimps. So that's about it. And of course some plants. We're not gonna overplant it either, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, the Aquarium heater, Aquarium light, Aquarium tank, fluval stratum, dragonstone. Tank was 50, light was 30, stones were 34 bag. I had 2 for those, so let's say 60. This was probably, I don't know, 20. So we're getting up there. When this is done, it'll probably be a $300 bill, and yeah, you can get a kit for that, but it's more fun. And I mean, I didn't really pay that right now. I had it, heaters and stuff and other fish tanks and ports on my porch. So yeah. So this is going to be the end of part 1. Next part 2, is going to be the plants and the cycle. We're going to do it right this time. I'm not known for cycling my tanks that long. I've been doing this for, I don't know, 40 years or so. 35, 40 years, since my dad gave me a fish tank when I was 10, I guess. I'm not known for cycle tanks that long, and I've never had any bad luck really. Maybe I've just been lucky, but I think we're going to do it right this time, so that people that's watching that can maybe learn something. But yeah, when you aquascape, use the triangle method. You should divide your tank up in 9, so you have 9 sections. There shouldn't be anything above here, so you have the water line, and it's just borderlining it. And yeah, you can, I'm not an expert in aquascaping, but you can aquascape this way, and you're like, well, now you just got some rocks. Well, yeah, but I might actually move that one because it's destroying the triangle. So the other one is okay. So we shall see. So when you see part 2, probably next week, we're going to plant some plants and fill the tank with water and cycle it. You all have a nice Thursday, and I will get back to you later with the next one. We're probably going to do some treasure hunting this weekend. The rivers are so low here now that I might even get out tomorrow after work. But I'll post one of this maybe this weekend, or first thing next week. So if you like this kind of content, press subscribe and like, and yeah, there will definitely be more. You all have a nice evening. Bye.